Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit, and we're continuing our series of daily morning meditations where we generally look at one or another lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the Daily Office Lectionary. And today we are continuing our celebration of Christmas. Remember that Christmas is not only an octave, but we celebrate for 12 days, right? The 12 days of Christmas goes until January 5th. But there are also, as we mentioned yesterday, some feast days that fall in the middle. And today we are not only saying happy birthday to Jesus, but we also, on this day, the 27th of December, we say happy birthday to St. John's Church here in Detroit, because it was on this day, brace yourself, 164 years ago that St. John's was founded. They did a couple of meetings to talk about founding the parish, but it was on this day in 1858 that the formal papers of incorporation were signed and St. John's came into existence. That's pretty good, in considering in 3 weeks' time they raised all the money to build the chapel, elected a vestry, and already had blueprints. They had the land. They were ready to go. So we give thanks. And it would be the following November when public worship would begin in our new chapel. So let's go ahead and, speaking of John, let's take a look at the lesson that's assigned from St. John's Gospel, the 13th chapter, beginning at the 20th verse. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that receiveth whomsoever I send receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. When Jesus had thus said, he was troubled in spirit, and testified and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. Then the disciples looked on another, doubting of whom he spake. Now there was one leaning on Jesus' bosom, one of his disciples whom Jesus loved. Simon Peter therefore beckoned to him that he should ask who it should be that who spake. Then he, lying on Jesus' breast, saith unto him, Lord, who is it? Jesus answered, He it is to whom I give a sop when I have dipped it. And when he had dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon. Therefore, when he is gone out, Jesus said, Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. And if God be glorified in him, God shall also glorify him in himself, and straightway glorify him. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. Ye shall seek me, and as I said unto the Jews, Whither I go, ye cannot come, so now I say unto you. A new commandment I give you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. Okay, so of course we know at St. John's Day, and John is the author of this gospel, that the one who Jesus loved and was upon his breast at the Last Supper, that is of course John, the beloved disciple himself. So he just refers to himself in the third person in this particular case, and he becomes the one who gets the inside information on who it is that will betray him. But of course the key to this lesson, and remember we listened the other day to John's epistle where he talked about love. Here we hear Jesus saying, that, look, this is all about love. The whole gospel is about love. A new commandment I give you, that you love one another as I have loved you. And ultimately, he will show that love, just hours after he gave this particular talk, by dying on the cross for us. If you love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Right? That's how they'll know we're disciples, by our love. So today's Tuesday, the office is open today, and we will have 12:15 Holy Communion and 4 p.m. evening prayer. So I do hope that you can join us here at St. John's Church, or join us online. And I hope that you have continue to have a wonderful Christmas, right? Keep celebrating Christmas, and happy feast of St. John.